Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figured out what to do, as I talked about the version of the Amityville, get my offence there, Amityville, and what the true story of the Amityville. The fact that it inspired a book, it inspired the movie, it inspired a lot of sequels, it inspired a remake, and so on. Why not talk about the original, the classic, 1979, the movie of Amityville. Now we're going to begin with this. Where can I begin? Now, with the family, which was the Lutzes and the Tapanos, from now the name right, the family what sadly lost their lives. Um, the Lutzes, as we know, was a family. They moved into the house, which was called the Annafil. And a couple of months later, they left and pronounced the house as being haunted. It made a book during the mid-70s, and then there've been in a lot of talk shows, Husband and Wife, talking about what it was like to be in the Annafil. After the success of the book, in 1979, they decided to make a movie out of it. Yep, they decided to make a movie of the Annafil. Now, you've got like really well-known actors. You know, you've got Dave Bolden, and you've got Margaret Ticker, may she rest in peace, Lois Lane herself. And it's not a bad film. Some of it's a bit dated now, but it's still quite cheapy. It was very scary for its time. And it was a very big success in 1979 when it comes to theatrical police. So where can I begin with it? You've got this really, really dated theme tune. It goes la 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 la, sort of like a nursery rhyme, but it's really cheapy in parts. Then it starts off with the house, and I've got to give the house its due. I've got to give it its due. They've really picked and really done this house and really made the house look exactly like the house itself. The only little bits here and there where the real house, I think, right back in that era, it was black. Where when they've done this house, it was white. But you know, it's just little things like that. There's no need to be nitty picky about it. But you've got the house, you've got a gate opening, then you hear gunshots, and you're thinking, what the fuck? But don't forget, this is based on a true story. So at first, you've got to take to Miss Sarah fan there. You've got like this copper, which to be honest, the copper, he could just cut his mouth of this out because he never really legged anywhere in my eyes. Never legged anywhere. This copper's vegetating. And if you think you've seen this copper before with a slap head like me, think of the one that played the headmaster in Back to the Future. But he died a few other films as well. I think he was also in, if you remember it, Masters of the Universe, the movie. So he's been died a few things. This copper, he never really legged anywhere, really, but it's to do with the family, the terrorists, and you've got the idea that they got shot. And it was based in 1974 at first. 1 year later, being 75, you've got the Luxus, the moving. But I do love the way it's done. They've got this saleswoman, and she's showing them all around the house. And every time it sells fast bats off the die, shot his family up. Pauses, bang, bang. She opens the door, it pauses, bang, bang. It's very well edited. It's very well edited, and it definitely puts a nerve on you. So it's one of these, just a true story. Was some of it made up for the film, just like in the book. But it's still a good film. Whether it's a true story, whether it really happened. The only bit in my eyes that happened was the Mr. family got shot up and the lad shot him. Without being morbid, but that's we all know is a true story. But the bit about it being an haunted house, there've been so many theories of why the house was haunted. One, it was an Indian and burial down. Two, it was devil worshipping. Three, there was a guy who was doing devil worshipping. Four, it used to be a mental asylum. So which one is it? I mean, which one is it? So you get the piece that they send over to bless the house. And you get this day iconic scene, all the fires landing on his face. Then you hear the voice, which did actually, was mentioned, did happen. I think the only difference is when it really did happen, the priest got a slap on the face, nothing was there, and then he heard the voice. There were no fires attacking him. But it's a film, it's a film. So you've got the fires, he's looking around, he hears a voice telling him to get out. Then it gets a little bit more scary. It's like, get out! And naturally, you hear that, you fucking do get out. But then after that, I felt the piece, the well-known actor, good actor, that is no longer with us, but I just felt them scenes just fucking dragged. That's how I see it. I just thought the dragged. He's in the church. He's trying to get the priest inside to think something that the house is haunted. They're all not having it. They think he's a fruitcake. There's a bit where he's driving the car and the fucking car goes loop-a-loo and I'm thinking, come on. But you know what I mean? That's the only bit where we'll just remake it do. You get that scene. I don't think it was nowhere near as good or effective as how it was in '79. But I just felt myself, should have shown the scene with the fires, the voice told him to get out, and that was it. Because the rest of that just fucking drags. There's a bit where you've got this woman and she starts speaking in this man's voice, and then you've got the priest again doing this like a fucking knob. You've got him phoning up, and the phone for some reason burns his fucking hands. So I just felt them scenes just fucking dragged. So you could just cut all that, and it made the pace of the film a lot better. But I do like Dave Bolton's performance in it. You know what I mean? You got the idea that the house is trying to make him mad, which was mentioned in the book, and it's trying to drive him insane. He starts off nice, but as the film goes on, he gets dislikable. And this film almost blacklisted him because there's a scene in it where he smacks Market Ticker, lands one in the face. So that happened in real life. It's a different story. And a lot of people didn't like that, and he almost got blacklisted as an actor, Dave Bolton, just for doing fucking acting. It's not like he really battered her, but you know, it is what it is. But they dig up, they find his body, him and his mate. That's the bit where the woman starts talking with this weird voice, and you get the idea there's people buried alive. It used to be a mental asylum and all this stuff. But I do love the scene where they almost get out of the movie. Don't forget that. There's a bit where the lad's fucking about and he's winding his little sister up, and the window slams on his hands. So that's some bitty scary bits, in it. You've got a babysitter, and she gets locked into a door, and she goes ape. Naturally, so out of fear, and she stabs the door that much that she gets blood on her fingers. Dave Bolton dies it, doesn't do fuck all, but we've heard it locked her in. So there are some good bits in it. It's very psychological. I love the bit where Market Chicken opens and she sees them red eyes staring through the window, it's mentioned in the book. That day, the piece going blind, the Turks going loop-a-loo. I just felt those scenes could have been timmed down a lot better. I do like the bit where the nun comes and visits and she folds up. But the bit we all remember is when the family realises the house is haunted. There's got blood coming down the wall, blood going down the stairs. So look where the family's falling down. There's blood and snot everywhere, and they all get the fuck out of the house. Then you've got the words, this was the worst haunted house in America. No family's ever lived in it since, which, as I already said, was BS. BS, because the real Amityville, as we know, a couple of years after, in 1976, another family did move in. They did actually have ghost vestitators, so it's vestitating the house, and there's that ironic photo of a little boy stood on the stairs. And it is a very ironic photo. If you ever remember that, really look it up. It's a really interesting biography of the Amityville, the house that is, where a little boy was caught on camera, and they didn't know him from Adam, and it's caught on the camera, but there was nobody there. It was just the ghost vestitators, a bit like ghost hunters, vestitating this house, and when they took a camera, they accidentally saw a photo of a little boy stood on the terrace, where it's a little brother of the dark massacred his family, you know, like a ghost of him, or it's a ghost of someone from the past. We'll never know. But I would find that the only thing that was nerving about the two incidents of the Amityville. And as we know, it was a big success in 1979. Made a sequel in 82, which I'm going to talk about with my 80s on a marathon. Made a few other ones, some with 3D gimmicks like the third one. Amityville with a fucking fourth with the fucking lamp. I'm not making this shit up, you got a fucking possessed lamp. Some shit. The remake. Whatever. But this wasn't a bad film. There are bits, like I say, I felt with the piece, I felt that sort of fucking dragged. You could just trim that down, even though he's a good actor and against him, but you could trim them bits down and just concentrate on the family. Them bits were interesting. I do like the music, which I do remember they used the music for My Pet Cemetery, the original one in 1989. The music goes la 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 la. That music, it's kind of like a nursery rhyme. It's like cheaper. So that's the only thing I didn't like about the third Annabelle and any of the other ones, even the remake. Even though they use that music in the trailer of the remake, they never used the music again. And they kind of used it similar sort of music in Annabelle 2 as well. Weren't the same, but still had that cheapy sort of nursery rhyme. That's one thing I always liked about the film. It made it cheaper. There's some good jump scares. There's a bit of a market to costumes. At the top of a voice and fighting Dave Bolden, which is understandable when you're getting your beauty sleep. There's bits with Dave Bolden's walking down the stairs and he's hearing this sort of like medieval drumming and he goes ape. I'm coming apart! Which even Dave Bolden admitted he hated that scene. He felt it was too over the top. There's other good bits, so they were going to make it more with ghosties and roasties jumping out and attacking people, but you didn't need it. Didn't need it. Save that for the remake. Didn't need it. It was psychological. It was expensive when it wanted to be. It was a two-story, whether it was true and the house was really haunted. I already said that one. But nevertheless, it's an alright film. It's well known. People still start a scary film today. They like an old school haunted house film. Like I said, I've got it right at Fence there. Inspired by a true story. The bits, like I say, the cop wasn't needed. Dragged the film on. Didn't go anywhere. The piece wasn't really needed. But the rest of the film, it's not a bad one. That's the Anna film from 1979. Inspired by a real incident, a true story, if you believe it was, based on a book, so to say more. But into them, be smart, be safe, and I'll see you later for some more movies and more movie reviews.